Do homosexuals impact society? Or does society have an impact on homosexuals? Continually, society has a big opinion on what is thought to be right or wrong. Many of those have shaped the way homosexuals live today. But is their sexuality completely accepted, or are there still improvements that need to be made? Channel 4 uncovers the issues they face through day-to-day life as we find out the secrets of homosexuality.
While most Fox hosts are furious overall at the Supreme Court for legalizing same-sex marriage across the United States,
anyone else should either. So do I support the idea of gay marriage? No, I don't.
Because somebody doesn't think the way I do, doesn't mean that I can't care about them or I can't love them.
Many people believe that due to the drastic changes that have been made in history, that homosexuals no longer face problems today. However, this is not the case. Reports still show that up to 73% of young homosexuals still receive abuse at school. 1 in 5 adults are victimised at work. 50% of homosexuals are more likely to suffer from anxiety and depression. And 80% of adults are still afraid to tell others about their sexuality. With such alarming figures, why do so few of us know about it? There are still many unspoken problems that gay people face during their lifetime. So because of this, we have decided to see what it's really like growing up homosexual and shed some light on the issues they face. We have come to Lodge Park Academy to speak to the head boy, Dean Mobbs, a current Year 13 student, to talk about his experiences while growing up. So how did you come to terms with your sexuality? At what point did you know for sure?
I think it was something that I always kind of knew, so I didn't really have to come to terms with it at all. It was one of those things where you just kind of ease into it yourself. You have to find a way of getting yourself to deal with it. And then I don't think there was ever one specific point where I knew for sure. It was always kind of like it was always there.
Yeah.
But I also always had kind of feelings for girls, however you want to put it. And then it was probably around the beginning of year 11, so just over 2 years ago now.
Right, okay.
That I decided that was kind of who I am, and that was why I needed to start telling people.
Would you say it was difficult going through school life being homosexual? What complications did you face?
Yeah, I mean, it was difficult mainly because I always knew that, even, like, to me, obviously I'd grown up the same, but especially when you hit kind of second school, you start to realise that you are a little bit different to the other kind of lads, like the guys in your year. These kind of years have been the worst years of my life, just because you really start to feel kind of pinpointed and labelled by something that you haven't even acknowledged yourself yet.
Yeah. What advice would you give to homosexual teenagers now growing up in school?
It is difficult when you're in like a school environment, because you're always going to get kids that are pressuring you to either come out or that are saying things like against you because of it. And I don't think it should be something that you regret. Like, I'm really happy when I came out and the reasons why I did and who I came out to first. I think that was a really kind of prominent and positive part of my life. Otherwise, like, you'll always like look back and think, oh, did I really want to do it then, or was it the right time?
So as we can see, there are still many complications that Dean faced through his school life, even in today's society. He is not alone, as many homosexual students face the same complications while they're growing up. It is believed that through the trauma that students have to go through in school, it can lead to having a psychological impact on them when they're older, which affects motivation, confidence, and can even lead to depression and anxiety. After witnessing these effects on students, we decided to go and talk to a psychologist for the NHS to truly understand what impact these events are having on people.
Being bullied constantly at school can lower your self-esteem, your self-worth, and that in turn stops you wanting to achieve. You don't feel that you've got the ability to achieve. Your confidence can be lacking when you fill in the forms, when you talk to people, and social skills are really quite bad.
Join us after the break as we continue to uncover the secrets of homosexuality.